On this episode, Arwen and I talk about Momofuku's attempt to trademark the Chili Crunch name and update on that. They are no longer pursuing that litigation. Next, we talked about Gundam Hathaway and the general things in the UC Gundam universe. Third, we talk about Boston Dynamics' decision to retire the Atlas robot and their upcoming new projects. And the last thing we talk about is Allbirds, and Erwin has an interesting hot take on pandas that I will never leave my mind. All right, enjoy the episode. Peace.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Difficult to Please podcast. We're on episode 59.
59. Like Diddy's age. I'm just kidding.
There isn't any like cool 59 or like any jersey number with 59, so I don't think so.
That. We should start doing that. Like kind of like on Scott Galloway's podcast, he'll like every single episode he'll like add a statistic according to the episode number kind of thing. So I'm like, you know what? We should start doing that shit too. We're gonna start doing that shit too.
No, on the Prof G podcast, what he does is like he just says like a random dick joke every fucking time.
I fucks with that, and I fucks with that. Not me. Anyways, what are you drinking, Orwin?
I am drinking a red wine, Columbia Valley.
Oh.
Very fruity, berry-like. Good depth. I'm not a fucking sommelier, so I can't tell you like the various tannins and the various notes. A lot of the wines, if you all don't know out there, in Oregon, Washington, it's very fruity, berry forward. Tastes like you're drinking grape juice plus berry juice, so it's very delightful.
Yeah, that's Portland's more known for the Pinot Noirs, right? I mean, because
Pinot Noir. This is a Pinot Noir for sure.
Oh, show, dude, Pinot Noirs.
That's like,
I don't know why I did this, but Pinot Noirs, that's my shit right there. It was so funny. My friends took me for my belated birthday. They took me to It Viola or something like that. It's a French restaurant over across the street from Polite Provisions, and I just remember that one time where we had wine tasting over at Lily's with like Brandon and Alex. Alex brought in, he made like the wine recommendation, and I remember all of us there, and I don't know the technical term for this because I'm not a wine person, but I just remember the French wine he brought in smelled like manure, but they were so good. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, it was with like Brandon's dad and stuff like that. Yeah, and like I remember,
it was a very nuanced flavor.
It was so good
because it smelled bad,
dude. Yeah, it smelled like manure, and like I didn't want to tell the server at that restaurant. I'm like, hey, I'm pronouncing this wrong. The Cabernet Sauvignon or something like that.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah. So Cab Sav, there you go. Shorten it. Cab Sav. And I just didn't want to say like, hey, do you have any like French Cab Savs that smell like shit that I could drink? You know what I mean? Like I felt so embarrassed about it because like one, we went on a Tuesday and apparently it's like date night Tuesday because it was just like me, two other girls, and like a bunch of couples. And then I'm just like, this is kind of awkward. I don't want to ask this question. I seem so out of place. I don't know anything about French food. They know I like French food, but I don't know anything about French food. Anyways, yeah. French wines that smells like shit. If you guys know, let me know, because I want that. That's it. That's it for my wine.
Are you drinking anything tonight?
I am drinking Laforgue. That was really good, and then going back to bourbon the rest of the night. So that's all I'm sipping on.
Yeah, I'm just drinking wine.
I love scotch. Scotch.
Yeah.
Down in my mouth. Scotch. It's a Ron Burgundy joke if you don't get it.
I have a bottle of scotch. I just haven't poured scotch. I've been on a rum kick lately, so I've been making rum-based cocktails.
Why so? Yeah. Why rum? I'm just curious. Why rum?
Just because like the flavor of it, because it's like a very neutral sweet liquor, and then it's like because of that base. There's the various like tiki cocktails and
Mix that with tiki
you know, like
punch.
my favorite, yeah, my favorite drink is the dark and stormy. So that's just kind of like
Oh, got it, got it.
my go-to lately.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I would have just mixed that shit with tiki punch. You'd be like, blip, blip.
Or you just have a bunch of fucking cut water and just
Oh, yeah.
put that shit on the ice.
Ooh, cut. I went to Cutwater recently with like Jeff and them, and I had like the mezcal flight. It was not bad. Their mezcals are actually pretty good, but I need to go back and try the rums. I don't know how it is. I forgot how good their other liquors are. I've just been on an alcoholism spree lately.
I haven't been to Coldwater in years, so I barely remember. Like I remember their cocktails and their spirits were like really good, but it's just been so long. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot how it is to be at like an actual distillery because that's not really a thing up here.
Yeah. Wait, but Portland has the most. Has more than San Diego.
Distilleries?
Yeah. Didn't Portland take over or San Diego in like most distilleries?
Oh man, might have to look that up on Eater or some shit.
Yeah. I remember San Diego used to be like king in that, but I think Portland took over. But yeah, no. Okay, super random thing. So I've been hanging out with like Raison and Ali a lot lately. just because they pickleball with Jeff and them, right? And so like we'll have like weekly meetups where we all go to like one paseo or something like that, right? And what's like so trippy about that is that like well we went to what's that one San Diego beer place that has that famous like it's like a skate shop slash surf shop that serves beer. They're more famous for their Japanese lager. Oh god, it's like starts with an H. Harlan or something like that.
Harland?
Yeah. So
Harland?
Yeah. So we went there in one paseo. But what's so sick about that place is that you can order anything from any of the restaurants at one paseo and they'll bring it to the bar. So we got Shake Shack,
Valid.
we got Kava, we got Urban Pizza, we got all that shit that just came to us, and we were like the loudest fucking people in that building because like why leave when they can just build it or they can just send it to us? It's so sick. So One Paseo has now officially grown to like one of my favorite like kick it spots now. I just ignore like the rich.
That's like one of the most bougie fucking malls and fucking.
But you get a bunch of like
and shit.
You get a bunch of like middle class people over there and just tear that shit up. Oh god, that place is so sick. It's just us being Filipino and loud.
That's just funny. Like when we were hanging out in Del Mar and shit. We're just like, fuck, we don't give a fuck.
I know, right?
We don't live here.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so happy with being loud. Like I used to be so embarrassed of being loud, but now I just like own up to it. I'm like, fuck it. Being loud is dope as hell. That's confidence right there, baby. That's confidence. Oh, but
that's like the confidence of David Chang. Fucking suing all these small brands about their Momofuku Killer Chili Crunch.
Oh my god. Okay, so in case y'all don't know, David Chang suddenly went after a bunch of low, I don't want to say like, but not low brands, but like a lot of independent brands who are trying to do their own version of the Chinese chili crunch. If you don't know what that is, it's like one of those famous Chinese condiments that it's like it has the seeds, the oil, and that's pretty much all it, right? It's seeds, oil, and everyone else does their own like version of it. And David Chang,
it's like crushed onion, crushed garlic.
It's usually garlic, chili, pepper, and oil, right? Like
garlic,
oil.
Chili, pepper, oil. Yeah, and then you just kind of like soaks.
And then everyone just adds whatever they want to it, right? To make it their own, right? Mm-hmm. So David Chang has a like audacity to come after these people and be like, nah, this is our registered mark, right? This is Chili Crunch is Momofuku. Momofuku is Chili Crunch. It's like the whole Kanye shit right now. And I'm just like,
yeah.
right? Like, and I'm just like, are you
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
kidding me?
No, it is. It is.
And like, I'm like, all right, so what is Nike just gonna suddenly start claiming like sneakers? Like, is that the shit? Like, Nike is sneakers. Don't touch. Don't touch. We're coming after you, Adidas. Coming after you, Asics. Coming after you, Vans. We're coming after these fucking sneakers. Like, it's such bullshit. And I'm like, why did David, okay, maybe not David Chang, like, directly. I don't know how, like, the logistics are going. Maybe it's his lawyers, right? But, like, why would you do that, though? Like, it's so stupid that you would go after a generic term. Like, if David Chang went after the term ramen next, I'd be fucking pissed, too. Like, no, you can't call yourself ramen. You are noodle soups from now on.
Well, I think I, I don't want to. I'm not siding with David Chang, but I think the basis of the argument or the legal IP argument is that like he trademarked or Momofuku trademarked
Chili Crunch.
the term chili crunch before everyone else because they wanted to differentiate themselves from the like the OG Lao Gamai, which is like been around forever.
Correct.
99 Ranch forever.
Right. Anywhere.
Every Asian grocery store.
Every
yeah,
Chinese
everywhere.
restaurant. Yeah,
So
you'll see it anywhere.
that's the one. But then it's like, okay, that one is called like chili crisp or some shit.
I don't know, to be honest. It's just chili. It's just, for me, I'm just like, I never thought too much about it, right? For me, it's just like crunchy ass chili sauce. Crunchy ass.
It's like chili oil. I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
yeah, chili oil. That's like one term that we've definitely used, just chili oil. But like to trademark chili crunch is so dumb, in my opinion. It's so low. It's so low stakes. It's such a low,
Yeah.
what do you call that? Hanging fruit to grab.
It's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was listening to another podcast, a business podcast, the best one yet. And they did this story on the Momofuku Chili Crunch dilemma.
Oh damn!
And
they're quick.
And their story, and they actually reference that like there's other companies and big companies that own these kind of like I don't want to say like these broad like terms. So like for example, I think it's either Tinder or Grindr. They actually trademarked the word swipe. But they didn't fucking like they didn't send out a cease and desist to every app out there because of because they own the word swipe.
Yeah, it's so colloquial now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's just kind of like, yeah, they can kind of like, well, for Momofuku, it makes more sense to like, well, you can just like be like there's enough in the space to have like these startups and other entrepreneurs to make their version of Log On My, because every recipe is different.
Correct. Yeah.
So like you don't have to fucking like enforce the C&D for every other fucking competitor.
Yeah,
like
it's
this
so
makes no
stupid.
fucking sense.
It's so stupid. Like I totally I don't side with David Chang on this one, but like I totally rep his shit. Like I love it. I actually have this chili crunch. For some disclaimers, I own Momofuku Chili Crunch, and I think it's fucking delicious. I add that shit to everything. But like, that's so it's so dumb. It's so dumb for them to do that, to be honest. Like, one, it kind of hurts like their brand credibility, right? Two,
yes.
Why, man? Momofuku is so well established that it doesn't need to do this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, their food's good. It's good. Like, why not, right? Like, why do you have to do this? The only thing I would only like, maybe the only thing I would have went after, or I would have trademarked, is their crack pie. But they had to change it. They can't call it milk crack pie anymore. Have you realized that? It's called milk bar.
Momofuku bar pie or something like that.
Yeah, it's not called crack pie anymore.
Or it's like milk bar pie.
Yeah, milk bar pie, and they trademarked that. And I was kind of like disappointed because like, yo, why couldn't you do like crack pie? Crack pie was like a sick name for it. But I don't know. Maybe it wasn't kosher friendly or whatever. It wasn't do good with the house, like the moms of like California. We're like, why would you name your shit crack pie? So bad for our kids. Anyway, sorry, I'm just venting now. Wrong battle to pick. TLDR, wrong battle to pick, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess one other point I was going to talk about, just the idea of like, I don't think it was thought out, and it's just bad press.
No,
like,
it's definitely bad press. 100% bad
it's
press.
bad press. And it because of David Chang's notoriety, and he's like our generation's like Emerald or fucking Bobby Flay or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, he is 100%.
But there's a lot of cachet. Like, he can put a lot of businesses out because there's more money behind his name versus these, other 20-something who's just starting out, who just poured like $100,000 into their the labeling of their fucking sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks because that C&D does a lot.
Right.
C&D's from like those type brands fucking like. Yeah, they wreck your business.
That's capitalism money right there. That's fuck you money. That's fuck you money to stop you. It's like if Tara ever made a bagoong and she called it, no, I'm only gonna get shrimp paste. That's my shrimp paste right there. Shit. Like, a cease and desist kind of things. Like, what the fuck? Shrimp paste is used by how many countries in the world? Don't fucking do that kind of thing. Also, congratulations to Tara on being a James Beard finalist.
Ayo, shout out. Congratulations, Tara Monson. Fucking James Beard finalist for the for California, for California region.
San Diego.
Shit's
first female chef San Diego, I believe. Yeah. Anyway,
That's tight.
That's tight. Anyway, skirt. I've been saying skirt a lot lately because of a stupid meme song, or the Dexter meme song. Anyways, speaking of like people who kind of like fuck up with their whole reputation thing, didn't the character in Hathaway Flash did that too? Like, he totally like shitted on his dad's legacy.
This is a hard landing. But
that was a hard landing. Well, yeah, I tried.
I was gonna rant into something else, but like I just recently, like, I know from previous episodes I talked about how I got through Gundam UC from the original 1979 one, and I recently finished Char's Counterattack, and then I recently, like today, I finished Gundam Hathaway, which
Hathaway simple.
So I guess the synopsis or just the plot line without giving too much is like, it's the son of the Federation commander goes to Earth and tries to fuck up the Federation because he doesn't like the Federation.
Yeah, it's ultimate like, fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna shit on everything that you built. I'm gonna side with the Xeons on this one.
So I guess for me, the spoiler alert.
That's it. Right.
Just my review real quick is like, what the fuck? I don't understand. I had to look at Reddit. The plot line of him turning on his dad's ideals, or the ideals legacy of the Federation, and legacy of Amuro, and fucking him, Amuro fighting Char, like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
To me,
I thought what the fuck? There was no like context of like, why did Hathaway Noah just not like the Federation for?
Right. Yeah. Wait, is it done?
It was just an OVA. It's just the animated movie.
I thought was there like 2 movies or something? Okay, so the original story. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The original story was like published as a book, right? So it took them like almost 20 years to finally adapt that. But anyways, yeah, no, I was always like, I never just got to it because I wanted to finish Zeta Gundam first. Because if you're gonna follow the UC line, it's, Stardust, 8th MS team. But anyways, yeah. No,
all the shit that was on Toonami. I'm just kidding.
Everything that was on Toonami, other than Zeta,
wasn't on Toonami.
They got a dub though. Zeta has a dub, but I think you can find Zeta new translation on Netflix. I'm not sure, 100% sure yet, but yeah. Anyways, so you didn't like Hathaway Flash? You thought he was just being like an emo teenager for no reason?
I think everything about his character motivation just made no sense. Like there wasn't enough background to kind of justify like him being like the leader of a offshoot of what Xeon was. Or like not even Xeon. It's like why did there was like no correlation, and it just kind of felt like it was a story that seemed cool. Because to flip it like let's get a perspective from a Char like character, but then we'll just have this weird pivot that it's gonna be Bright's son
Yeah,
in 20 years.
and he can't fill the shoes that freaking Char ever had. 100% cannot. It's just your son who had like little influence on the war, and like suddenly you're trying to get back at like the thing your father helped build. It's like it's weak. I could see how it's weak. I was hoping they would do a good job with it, but if you didn't get it, then I'm kind of like, ooh, I'm not sure if I really want to watch it.
Like I thought it was cool that it was like 80% was set in the Philippines. Like there was a scene with the Jollibee was pretty funny to me.
I didn't know that. Okay. That's a sponsor
well,
right there.
I remember on I forget where on TikTok or on Instagram, like there was an anime of like screenshot of Jollibee, and then the credits were like Hathaway Gundam, and I'm like, was that for real? And then when I saw it come in the movie, I was like, oh shit, this is not 80% of this movie is in fucking Philippines.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's a trip. I didn't know that. That's tight as hell. Would you recommend?
But otherwise, like, probably not, because even the fight scenes between the mobile suits weren't that long, so it's a lot of like Hathaway dealing with his choice of being like this Char like character, and him dealing with like the death of Quest still, and this is kind of like, oh god damn it, dude, like shut the fuck up.
Was it over a girl? Was his actions dictated over like a love interest?
No.
Okay.
It really felt like the way that he acted, like ideologically he wanted to be like Char, but it just doesn't feel so like the connection for him to act that way doesn't make sense to me.
Right, because one, he's never met Char. Not even in like Zeta Gundam, he's never met Char.
So for me, it's like it makes more sense if it was like seen from a perspective of like, I don't know, like if Char had a son, or like somebody that was already in Xeon or Neo Xeon. It just doesn't make any sense as Bright's son.
Right, because the only thing I can imagine is if like, so I've never seen it yet, right? So the only thing I can imagine that would do well is if Bright's son experienced the discrimination of Xeons by like the Earth Federation, right? And he was like, no, fuck that, I'm gonna take their side on it. Like stuff like that didn't happen, kind of thing. Like, did he like, was he like a witness to the discrimination on the Xeons?
No. That's why it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
I'm like none of this makes sense.
So this fool just straight up picked up a gun and was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. Why? I don't know, but fuck
basically,
you.
That's why they was like, yeah, I'm a terrorist now. I'm like, okay, like I can accept that. I can accept you're a bad guy, you're a villain, but your reason for being
a villain. Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I'm like, man, I wish fucking Christopher Nolan told the story about this because this is like not fucking good. This backstory sucks.
Damn.
Like, fuck.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's
and I don't
unfortunate.
know. I thought that I really wish that there were longer scenes of like mobile suits. Um, because otherwise, a lot of it is like in the Philippines.
Manila.
It's no, for real. Like, like Hathaway meets with his group. They're in the fucking Palenque. Like, they're buying souvenirs and shit. Like at Jollibee.
Yo, Xeons? Straight up in
They
Jolly?
take a
Like
taxi out. Like, come on, man. Like, it just,
a taxi, not a
I don't know.
jeepney?
It just a taxi, not a
Oh,
GB.
damn. If they
Just
had
regular
it,
taxi.
yo, if they had a jeepney on that, that would have been a legit episode.
I think they might have in one of the scenes, but yeah,
It was so small for you. You
I
just
I
didn't even notice.
I wouldn't recommend this. I just watched it because I just needed like to continue my Gundam binge.
Did you watch Gundam Origin on Netflix?
No,
Oh, you have to watch
no.
that one next. That's strictly about like Char's point of view of the original Gundam.
Okay.
Yeah, you should watch that one next. It's about how like him and like God, what's her name? His sister,
Yeah, his sister.
and how he takes up a new identity to become Char. It's actually really, really cool. You should watch that one. Yeah. But speaking of like taking identities, man, you know who just took up the best identity in the world? The
No,
new
tell me
Boston
about it.
Dynamics robot. The one that replaced Atlas. Rest in peace, Atlas. 2024, Atlas is now retired, and that's some crazy ass robot. Let's talk about Boston
Fucking clip
Dynamics
that.
right
That
now.
was good. That was good. That was good. Clip it. Clip it. That's good.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So, I'm not sure if the name of the new robot that replaced Boston Dynamics is Atlas robot. So just like if you are like a longtime listener to us, we've often like referenced to Boston Dynamics, and it's been like one of my topics of like speech. When I was doing a whole speech on neuroprosthetics, I incorporated like Boston Dynamics as Atlas into it. But back then, when I knew about Boston Dynamics, the robot was still running on an external battery, and the most basic things it could do was do push-ups and jumping jacks, and yeah, that's about it. That's the one thing it could do. But then, like the 2020 Atlas could fucking parkour. It's fucking insane, right? It could like backflip off a box, right, kind of thing. So
Oh, that shit was so tight.
that shit was tight, and the fact that it was running on an external battery and it could keep itself balanced, right? But like, so can you talk about this new robot? I just saw like small clips of it, but I know you saw it more than I did.
Well, it was just like the way that it moves. It's a lot more fluid. Like,
Did you think it
the
was
first
CG?
clip I saw, I honestly thought it was like AI.
Same here.
I've
Same
seen so
here.
much AI shit,
Yeah.
but like the way that it moves, it doesn't move. It moves how it like. If humans were actually like able to do so, like, I guess it's like for example, like it was on the ground, laying on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and it like squatted and then like rotated up, like
Yeah, that was
to
trippy
be
as
upright.
fuck.
Like I was not expecting that because that's not how a human would move, but it's
Right.
actually the most like fluid for something that like can pivot its fucking torso in various like I don't know. It's like a Gundam, right?
Right.
You can just fucking move it. Like what the fuck?
Like I can imagine that thing that I forgot the name of the robot, but I can imagine the name of that robot just towing cars, right? It just like goes under a car, transforms into a robot, and just moves that shit over. Like, all right, by the way, we gotta put you a ticket for like parking violations or something like that. Like it's crazy. Like I can feel like it could be a human, but it could also like be a one of those like moving boards that you move crates with or something like that. Like it seems so well refined that I'm not 100% upset that it replaced the Atlas. Because the Atlas is supposed to be what? Like basically a person, right? It's supposed to mimic a person's movements.
Yeah.
But I feel like this new one, it's like, oh shit, that's an actual transformer now. Like I went from like a 2x4 into like a full on ass human kind of thing. So I think it's sick. But yeah, when I first saw that video, I thought that was AI generated. Because I thought it was just a concept. But then, no, that shit looks so sick. So not as mad that they are retiring the Atlas.
Man, I swear, like DARPA, they're just putting too much money in these robots, man. Like,
DARPA doesn't own them anymore, right?
No, it's just all Boston Dynamics now.
Oh, okay. Let me talk about the history real quick. I know this because I was so upset. But it was originally owned by DARPA. DARPA sold it to Google X. Google X sold it to, I forgot who the next person was, or it could have been them, but they eventually sold it to Hyundai. So Hyundai now owns Boston Dynamics. Is the current owner of Boston Dynamics.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. So yeah. No, but yeah, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just needed to correct you on that one.
No, I'm just like the way that I'm just watching it right now. I'm like, just the way that it moves, like from when it first started, or even the robot dog. Like,
oh, that thing's a trip.
The robot dog is a trip because it doesn't, how it was kind of introduced with the mechanics and on the original kind of prototype movement was supposed to be like an actual like animal, right? Or it looks more like.
Are we talking about the one that can run really fast, or the one with like the long ass neck that's meant for
that one.
The one that can run super fast.
The one that's yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there's like so many different dogs they have now. But yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's like it's supposed to mimic, and now it's like that's like the bomb detector fucking thing. It's just kind of like, what the fuck this motherfucker is like.
Yeah. I think they still have that cheetah one, right? The one that can like run fucking fast. Because all these were supposed to be originally like robot assistants in the battlefield kind of thing, right? They're supposed to be the ones that like, oh, we're the medic, we're carrying medical supplies to our soldiers kind of thing. And then fuck, dude. That thing is crazy. What's up?
That's why I'm like, it's a trip. Like, I'm at this point, and I know we're like the most. I swear, our tagline is like the most pro AI fucking podcast. But it's like, I'm still not like at this point. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of the fucking robots at this point because I'm like, there's still so much flaws in the current AI, man.
100%. Yeah, there's.
So I'm not like. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of them. I just like the programming and the software that somebody has to put into fucking robots like this.
Yeah, my friend's so scared of general intelligence, and I totally get it. I'm like, dude, the only thing you should be afraid about the only thing you should be afraid about when it comes to general AI intelligence is the bad data that gets fed into it, right? Because if you tell a robot like, oh, you should kill all humans, and then I mean, we're not living in a sci-fi thing. You know, the 3 laws of robotics doesn't apply here at all. That's fiction. The laws of robotics are fiction. It's from fucking Dune, I think, or Foundation or something like that, right? I forgot where it's from actually. Fact check me later, but yeah. And so that's the only time you should be worried about like general AI intelligence is when you feed an AI that humans are irrelevant to like the greater good kind of thing. That's the only time you should be afraid of them. But I don't think anyone's really going to do that. Maybe, who knows? But maybe.
Well, it's like I don't know. Every time I look at these robots and I'm like at the progress that Boston Dynamics makes, I'm like, damn, we're still not at Gundam status yet, man. Like I just want.
Oh, there's that one.
We're not there yet.
There's that one company in Japan. that's been kind of building like these small Gundams. Not the one in what was it? Not Yokohama, but there is a robotics company in Japan. I've totally forgot the name. It's leaving my mind right now. That back then it used to shoot like tennis balls, but now it's actually kind of functional. Like it pulls down, there's like LCD screens everywhere and stuff like that, and real-time live camera feed. Pretty much like an over-glorified Apple Vision Pro kind of thing, right? It's just, but you can sit in it and like launch tennis balls at it. That's the closest thing we have to a Gundam right now. And I think that thing is really sick. I totally forgot the name, but you know which one I'm talking about, right? Japanese company?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll drop it in. We'll drop it in later.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's actually really, really, really sick. And I'm glad like they're kind of succeeding in like pushing that type of technology forward. Unlike a certain company that's hitting a reverse way and they're fucking up the stuff they're trying to build, aka Auburn.
I was trying to figure out how you're gonna do that. I was like, you gonna get to Alberts this way, or we're just gonna talk more shit about other companies.
Okay, let me crack my knuckles for this one.
Allbirds.
Allbirds. All right. Allbirds' big problem is that they shouldn't have IPO'd. Like this. Let's just get this. I'm gonna say it right now. Allbirds, you should have IPO'd. You should have stayed a private company, and you are so leveraged by fucking VC money that it just never kicked off, right? If you created a whole brand only for the bros at Silicon Valley, that shit wasn't ever gonna fly, right? Like,
no way, dude.
Like, what is Allbirds' big thing, right? It's not the lifestyle of Adidas or the skate culture of Vans. It's not the running culture of Onizuka Tigers. It is not the sports ethos of Nike. So what is Allbirds? And I think that's what Allbirds' biggest problem is. The shoe's great. Don't get me wrong. It's sustainable. It's a good shoe. It's just if you're IPO,
it's whack as fuck though.
Yeah.
You're like, the only one. I swear, no, you're like the only one that has it.
I have
the Jeff Staple
the
one.
Jeff Staple one. Yeah. I have the Jeff Staple Allbird shoe. All right. That is a sick collab. That is the only reason why I got Allbirds, right? Because I got that first and then I decided to get another Allbird shoe. Oh my God. So again, what I'm saying, like, all right, I'm not motivated to buy another Allbirds shoe, right? It just doesn't make sense for me. The Jeff Staple one's sick. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the dopest shoes I've ever owned because it's also Jeff Staple and it's affordable. But fuck, dude. Like, what am I going to do with an Allbirds shoe? Like, who are the good competitors right now? Ultra Boost? What's Nike's version? The Real Fly or something like that? I don't know what it's called. I don't even know what freaking the Ultra Boost competitor is. Because there is no really.
Honestly don't even. Well, I don't know what I don't know what the competitor to an Allbirds is. Like, it's basically everything that's like casual.
Yeah, it's just like
that you can wear to an office.
You're right. Like, if you want to give it to nurses, I'm sorry, the Hoka shoe is better. Bigger sole, Ultra Boost is better, and you can use it for running. Most Allbirds shoes. Even like the trail one, it's not even that great. Like it's whatever. It's mid. Like I'm never gonna get like a
wear Vans,
huh?
Like you can just get away with wearing Vans.
Yeah,
like
Vans are cleaner.
I never got the appeal to Allbirds. I just never got the appeal.
I mean, I like wool shoes, but then like after a while, I'm just like. I'm whatever about it. I'd rather just invest into like getting an Ultra Boost. At least Ultra Boost looks sick. Because like remember we were talking about this a long time ago. The only time I thought about getting the Ultra Boost was when that Chinese New Year one came out. I think Eddie Hung made it or something like that. Yeah. That was the only time I thought about getting like Ultra Boost. But now I'm just like, when my Allbirds die, other than my Jeff Staple ones, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go to Ultra Boost. I mean, it's more.
That was the time.
That was the time.
That was like everybody's phase that had the fucking boat shoes.
Boat shoes are coming back for some odd
It
reason.
was,
Have you seen it on TikTok?
I fucking hate. I've seen TikTok they
Like,
that
check
they're
out my
fucking
boat
coming
shoe. I
back.
bought
I'm
some
like, bro,
Sprees.
no, we're not fucking doing Sperry's. I
Sperry.
had I had the Vans boat shoes because I just wanted to be different, and
Mm-hmm.
they were cheaper. And I like the vulcanized sole versus the Sperry's is fucking like chunky sole. I just didn't fucking like it. Um, but yeah, man, like I just didn't get the appeal of Allbirds, and because it was more focused for like this very niche. However, like it's very rich, but it's like at that point, how else would somebody gonna buy your product? Like, who is the market for that? You know what I'm saying?
And it just feels like tech bros, right? Like when I think
Yeah,
Allbirds now,
it's
I
just
think
tech
tech
bros.
bros. And what's his name? The former Republican Speaker of the House, Paul. You know what I'm
Paul
talking
Ryan.
about? Paul Ryan. Because everyone, a lot of the reason why I said it because everyone showed me a picture of Paul Ryan. It's like, hey, yo, your boy's wearing Allbirds. I'm like, fuck.
Well, I will say this about Allbirds. They did try,
They did
and
try.
because they were like, because part of the reason their failure was that like they were D2C, direct to consumer, like Casper, like selling mattresses just online and shit, no physical
Yeah.
stores, right?
But other
So
companies
like
have done
they
that better.
couldn't. Yeah,
Sorry,
but it's
sorry,
like,
sorry.
also it's like if you're doing kicks, that's like
That's a cultural
you
thing.
need you yeah, you need the help of like Foot Locker for fucking big box shit, Dick's Sporting Goods, fucking. You need
Very
to
true.
get it out there.
Very
Besides of
true.
like you're doing social media ads for your Allbirds.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say
Well,
it.
that
Like,
Casper gave up, and they're in fucking Target now and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're
yeah. D2C is hard. D2C is super hard.
yeah,
And like,
yeah.
not many brands can succeed that way. I think the only brand that I follow that is really good at D2C is Satchel and Page, which does all leather products for men, like like baggage and suitcases,
Mhm.
briefcases, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, but what the only like bad thing about it is like, yeah, you buy one, that's all you're ever gonna need in your life, kind of thing. So there's no reason to rebuy it. But yeah, no, like when it comes to Allbirds and stuff like that, it's like, well, I don't need to go to Allbirds. One, your only good collaboration was the Jeff Staple one. Like, I'm sorry, like that was the
I
only good
will I
one.
will say they did have a collaboration with Adidas,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
I
right. They
think that
did.
was more.
They did.
I don't know if it was more marketed towards either golf or whatever, but it was like there was one collab that they tried, but it obviously wasn't enough.
Yeah, because I remember I looked at him like, oh, that's an interesting collab, and then like my brain was like, forgot about that, right?
Fucking Allbirds.
Yeah, Allbirds. It's like, oh, okay, Allbirds, Adidas. So like, okay, whatever. Who cares? Just I'd rather like I'm seriously thinking about getting Ultra Boost next. Like that's to replace like because my all weather Allbirds is like dying now finally, and I'm just like, sick. Adidas, please. At least that shoe's sick. Ultra Boost is actually sick. But yeah, God, sorry. Speaking of another shoe, I really hate fucking pandas. I hate them.
Wow. Wow.
Is that a hot take?
Wow. No, it's like the most like oversaturated take. Like I don't hate pandas. I'm just kind of like they exist. I have the panda highs, but I don't wear them as much.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't
okay.
know.
Let me revise that. Pandas are fine. They're a super clean shoe. I just think I don't understand why everyone wants pandas. That's it. Like I don't like two-tone shoes are different. Like I don't mind two-tones because there were a lot of sick two-tones, right? But something about
Mhm.
pandas just kind of made me go, okay, it's a black and white shoe. I'm like I don't get it. Like why does everyone and their mom and cousin and little sister want pandas. Like my nephew's rocking like Yeezy slippers, and I kind of just stare at them. I'm like, "What the fuck is this? That's so weird." But it's a different nephew, youngest nephew. He's in high school.
Well,
Where's Birkenstock?
I didn't think about this until I think maybe 2 years ago when Bobby Hundreds put this on Instagram. But he said, now that I think about it, he said something along the lines of, now that I think about it, Nike never made a panda or black and white dunk that way,
No,
even 20 years from the hype. When as a general release, they never made one.
correct. Yeah, I would remember that because if they released a pandas back then, I probably would have got it. Just now, because like here's the comparison, right? If they released pandas back then during like the big SB Dunk time, I think pandas would have been sick, right? But you already have the Tribe Called Quest one. You already have the MF Doom ones. You have the Mananeko one. You have like so many different dunks already with so many good colorways. Is that the black and white one just seems so? It's like a safe. It's like a safe shoe. You know what I mean? It's a very very safe shoe, and like that. What was the one that Gail had? The one from the movie that she worked on? God, because it was sick because it was like brown and plaid and stuff like that, and she had access to that.
My Air Max, yeah, the Susan Air Max ones, the ones I have.
Yeah,
So.
and those are sick. Like those type of like collabs and like all the stuff like Nike's already done in the early 2000s. When I see panda shoes, I just think that's just really like, oh, it's plain. And for me, that's equivalent to a like an Adidas Sambas or something like that, right? It's a plain shoe, and it's sick. It's a sick shoe. Don't get me wrong. It's like all white Air Maxes. It's a nice, solid shoe, but it's not that impressive, in my opinion. Hot take, maybe. I don't know.
No, it's like a sneaker. It's like a common sneaker take about the pandas. I'm very neutral about it.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't love it either. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I need to get pandas in like 6 different colorways. Like, I'm good on that. Like, I like my Momofuku dunks.
I don't really like the Momofuku dunks are so good. Fuck you! You got the dunks. You got the chili crunch. You got the salts.
I got the soy sauce.
The recipe book.
I do. I'm a big Momofuku stan too. So, anyways, yeah.
No. I get it. I'm a David Chang fan. I watch all this shit. He has an actual response to the thing. I just haven't listened to it all the way.
Okay.
With his actual CEO of Momofuku, so I have to listen to that. I didn't want to bring it up because I'm like, I can't. He from what I got through it, he doesn't articulate the reason. Sure. And I was like, okay, I can't. I'll go to you for that. I can't bring this up on the pod.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we won't. But yeah, back to shoes though.
No, but going back to shoes and kicks, fucking the term moniker or like the label panda, I just wasn't really a fan of because I'm like, Jeff Staple has the fucking pandas. He made the pandas, the black and white with the green bamboo. Mm-hmm. I think he actually had fur on his shit. So I was like, oh, that's the actual pandas to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the other ones, yeah, like that one is like Jeff Staple design derivative of that, like the way that he approaches. I guess materials and design like that. That's totally like Staple design.
Oh, I remember.
To me, that's the only one that should be called.
No,
that's the one that should be called pandas. But I'm like, everyone else called them pandas. I'm like, it's kind of basic. It's just a black and white shoe.
Yeah,
like,
no, that just
to me, it's just like a pair of Chucks.
Oh, you didn't just say that.
What?
That is just a pair of chucks. Oh, you didn't just say that. Oh, interesting.
I did. I'm like, dude, it's just a pair of chucks. I'm like, I don't really
Oh my God,
like
you're
black. I
right.
have black chucks.
That's
This is a pair of chucks, dude.
that's
It's the same
chucks.
shit.
That's
Just with
chucks.
fucking leather instead of canvas.
Oh my God, you're right. Holy shit. Yeah, they're chucks. They're basic as fuck. They're chucks. Oh my God, I like that
They
take.
just
I actually
happen to
like
be
that take.
$140 chucks versus
Bullshit.
like a fucking $70 pair.
Wait,
Basically. Same
Pandas are
thing.
140?
For Lowe's, yeah, dude.
There's no fucking way
That,
Lowe's would cost 140. Holy shit.
Dunks are like 140.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not even SB, dude. Dunks are 140. One between 120 to 140.
Why? Why? It doesn't need to be 140.
Because that's the way that Nike fucking just jacked up the prices over the years. They're like, Dunks are now over $100. You get over it.
Sure. Yeah, I guess. I mean, at that point, you might as well just go on StockX and buy like unique shoes. Dude,
That's my fucking opinion. Is like you either go StockX or fucking go Grail, eBay. Buy the shit that you think is really cool versus like a pair of new Panda Dunks.
yeah. All right. So it's so funny. The last place I worked at, everyone had like interesting shoes, right? So we had a dude who came in like Tribe Called Quest dunks. I was like, "You really gonna wear that to work?" It's like, I think you should take those off. He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Those are too good of a shoes to wear at work. Why would you wear like a Tribe Called Quest over it?" They're called Tribe Called Quest, right? Tribe. Dunks.
Yeah, it was the brown ones, right? The
Yeah,
brown
yeah.
ones or the yellow ones? Brown ones.
I think so. It had like the design. God, did Tribe Called Quest have their own dunk?
Oh no, are you thinking about De La Soul? I keep fucking
De La
about it. De
Soul.
La
Sorry. It's the De La Soul.
Tribe Called
Yeah,
Quest.
De La Soul.
Well, because Tribe Called Quest had a Vans collabo, and that's why I'm like, oh yeah, they had one.
Okay, no. You're right. It was the De La Souls, and I told him like, "You're gonna wear De La Souls to work?" He's like, "Yeah, these shoes are fucking sick." I'm like, "You should take those off, man. Those are fucking ill. Don't wear those to work next time." And like, it was funny. Like the guy who came in next was like wearing pandas, and I just didn't say anything about shoes. I'm like, yeah. Pandas, whatever. Matches your scrubs, I guess. I was an asshole.
Matches your figs, dude.
Your figs are the same colors as your pandas? That's so fetch, bro.
I think it's funny how you could tell somebody's age if they're what type of scrubs they wear. I from the outside and just knowing whomever in the medical field, it's like there's the fucking figs wearers, there's the Walmart, and there's like Dickies.
And me, like, for me in order to show that like I wasn't better than everyone, I always wore hospital issued scrubs, the free ones. Because I was the only one. I was so against wearing figs. Like I'm like I'm not pretentious. Like I'm their boss. Like I'm not gonna be pretentious about it. So let me just wear hospital issued scrubs. And they're like, "Damn, you really never bought your own scrubs?" I'm like, "Hell, fucking yeah, I never buy my own scrubs." Anyways, yeah. All right. Let's move on to the last segment. What do you hype on?
Right now I'm into like anime type merch.
Yeah, you kind of are. Yeah.
So
You're more
like
into than I am.
I just because of what nowadays a lot of the nerd fandoms are and all that is moving like way more into the mainstream. So like
Oh, it
right
is
now, like
mainstream,
there's a hype.
yeah.
I know, like the Hypeland Gundam collabo is what I'm really hype on. Like I haven't bought anything from that, but I've been eyeballing the skate decks.
Ooh,
Just want to get the
yeah.
fucking char because honestly,
Yeah,
it's a
that's a
trip.
good one.
Because like right now, with anime skate decks, like it's ridiculous that the Pokemon skate decks are going for like 400 on
Jeez.
eBay, and then the Sailor Moon ones from Primitive that released like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Those decks are going for like 150, and it's just kind of like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? Like with these with merch. So it's just kind of like, oh, like I just like what's available now is better than what I think we had
Growing
20
up.
years ago.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think Uniqlo is also like a big part of that too, right? Because they always drop like,
Mm.
really
Mhm.
good anime collab T-shirts, and like thank
They're like,
Nico for that. But
that
yeah,
shit is like always fucking a cycle, man. There's always like cool fucking like anime shit, like with like the main kind of like um shonen animes and like I don't know the other like magical girl type shit, whatever, like Hello
and
Kitty.
Naruto,
Yeah.
and they have a Metal Gear Solid one too. Like it, I actually didn't know they have a Metal Gear Solid one, but still, like the fact I'm like looking at it right now, the Metal Gear ones look really good, and it's like priced at $15. It's so sick, right? And like I think that's what I really appreciate about Uniqlo and their collaborations is that like it's very accessible. It's not as snobby as like old hype beast 2000s thing, right?
No, for
God.
real, for real.
And like whatever is he still creative director of the at Uniqlo?
I haven't kept up.
Oh,
I would be surprised just because that Nigo's been doing the Kenzo house.
and Human Made, right? Is he's
I'm not
also
even
Human
sure if
Made, right?
he's got he's on Human Made, but I'm not sure how like, hands on. Just the way that I know
Oh,
how that Pharrell isn't. I know he's not hands on into fucking
uh-huh.
BBC ice cream.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, no. So I mean, Uniqlo does a good job with modernizing like Japanese t-shirt or anime t-shirts because like you go to like to AX and all that, like yo, it's everywhere now too, right? It's having
Oh yeah,
custom.
the merch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's so big now, and I feel like every time an anime series comes out, like Crunchyroll is like, all right, official Attack on Titan t-shirts made by X, Y, and Z artists kind of thing. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. It's everywhere now. Ugh, anime shirts.
No, and just like the memes around. I guess the anime has made it into like a lot of culture, and like right now the memes around like the Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole shit is like I've seen like there's this one manga artist. He fucking incorporated like the fucking stupid storyline into this whole thing. It's like what the like I need more.
My favorite one.
So JV, tell them what you're hype on. Tell them
Okay,
what you're hype on.
so or speaking on the memes real quick, my favorite meme right now is the Rush Hour one with Don Cheeto, uh, Chris Tucker, and Jackie Chan, and it's just like AI voice. They just AI replace Don Cheeto's character to be Kendrick Lamar. They had Chris Tucker's character to be Drake, and like freaking J. Cole to be like Jackie Chan. And that shit was so funny. He's like, I'm gonna whip your ass, I'm gonna whip your ass, I'm gonna whip your ass. And I thought that was so sick. Yeah, so the thing I'm hyped about is I am waiting for for Kendrick's Ether to come out. That's all I'm hyped on, man. Cause this fool's been taking shots at Drake for how many years now? Right? Since Control, since
Mm-hmm.
even like way before that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I finally listened to Drake's dropping Give Me 50, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say like bars, right? But there was a
Mm-hmm.
part when he told Metro Boomin to shut the fuck up and just make drums beats. I was like, all right, fool. You, the only thing you could do right now is pick up a mic. Like, you cannot do a beat right now. Like Metro Boomin, you cannot do a beat right now. Get a ghostwriter or something, because oh, that line, that bar was just like, ooh.
I just thought that was actually I'm the opposite. When he said that, I'm like, that must be the dumbest fucking line. That's just kind of like
But okay,
the extra diss of the other homie. Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Make me a sandwich. Like it's like a
yeah.
throwaway line.
It kind of is, but like, all right, you know, if we're gonna dissect a song, right? All he did to Kendrick was like short shame him, right? That's all he did, and like the other artists is
Hold up.
okay. So to the other artists is like all he did to Kendrick was like short shame him, right? Which is whatever. Okay, it's like
Yeah.
it's not even that good. Like I never once thought during dropping Give Me 50, I'm like, yo, that's fucking bars, right? That's bars.
hmm
But the only line that made me go like, oh shit, was the Metro Boomin like this bar. Like that's the one time I'm like, come on, man. What you gonna do? You just gonna make a drum beat, right? What you gonna do? Metro Boomin, get on the mic, please. Metro Boomin, got because like I guarantee you, Metro Boomin can like have better bars than Kendrick or better bars than Drake. Because like in my head, like Drake's a pop artist, right? Drake's a pop artist, and the only thing I appreciate about Drake is that he actually would do a diss song, right? Like he would do a diss song, and he's not afraid to clap back. The only thing I really appreciate about Drake is that he's not afraid to clap back. Does he win his fights? No. I mean, look at Pusha T, right? He fucking destroyed Pusha T destroyed him.
That's why I'm waiting for it too. As I'm thinking Kendrick's gonna get like
Oh.
a push T in it, and it's just gonna be like, mm-mm.
Oh, if him you just know that Pusha T's in the background, just like, come on, man. Someone ask me, ask me, ask me. I still have more dirt on Drake. Ask me. Right? He's like, I know about the 6 other baby mamas he's got. I'm just kidding. That'd be so funny.
You are hiding a child. 6 of them.
Like I have,
Six.
yo, no, I'm super hyped about.
Clip that. That was good. That was good.
Oh, dude, I'm super hyped about Kendrick's Ether. Like I have a feeling it's gonna be an Ether song, right? Because fucking Pusha T just went to town on Drake, and like Kendrick being a better lyricalist, like I think he's gonna go hard on that one too. Sorry, I need.
And that's why I'm like, yeah.
Go.
No, I'm just like, with Kendrick, I just know that like he was just trading jabs. Like Drake's comeback in his disses is like because Drake's doing like a 1v20. He's like trying to like spread out his like jabs, but like Kendrick is like,
It's just
I'm
you
just
and
gonna
me,
keep
bro.
fucking with you, and then I'm just gonna knock you out, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's just you and me, buddy. I'm gonna fuck you up. That's it. But then, like, it's sick though, because I like rap beef, right? I think rap beef is good. It's in the culture, right? Tupac, Biggie, Ja Rule, Eminem, Nas, Jay-Z, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's culture.
Yeah.
It's hip hop culture. That's hip hop, right? That's hip hop. But Drake's a pop artist, so
When you say that's hip hop, I think about fucking Dina, the hip hop instructor. You gotta bounce your knees.
Yeah, that's hip hop. That's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
Like the fuck? So confused. But like, okay, can you explain something to me real quick before we end off? I was like, I don't understand the J. Cole apology. I don't understand it. What's that shit about?
I think for me, understanding it is 2 levels. I think he didn't really mean it. Like he's just kind of like putting it out there to respond, just for like the sake of like responding, and it to him it felt like an actual like exercise of like writing and responding to beef. But then like the other part was like, I think he's like, this is kind of dumb.
It's like, why am I picking this fight?
I don't want. What? This is stupid. my bars aren't even that good. This is kind of like me freestyling. But no, I'm good. That's why he stepped back. He's like,
I see.
Kendrick's the homie. I'm not. I'm good. I don't need to do this.
J. Cole's done this before to Kendrick. Like he's took shots at Kendrick before. Like I think he did it on what album again? his breakout album. I think he did it on there, or it's either that one or the one before that. The one where like the song was called like "I Let Nas Down," like that album. It's either on
Oh,
it's on one of those two albums, right?
yeah.
But
So
it wasn't.
I felt like that.
Go ahead.
I felt it was like that kind of vein of like I let Nas down. It's like I let Kendrick down. So that's why I wrote that. I didn't want to do it.
No,
My bad.
No.
My bad, Kendrick.
my bad, Kendrick. We still homies, right? We still homies. Kendrick. All right. All right. That's it for me, dude. Yo, fucking, I'm ready. I'm ready for Ether to come out. I'm ready for Push T to reveal some new information. I'm ready for Drake to try to clap back too, but we'll see.
I'm ready for the fucking memes. I need more fucking.
I need more memes.
I need more
rap
fucking memes, man.
They're so fucking hilarious. The guy who's doing like the South Park version, like South Park style memes with the whole beef going on, that shit's golden. I love that shit. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. I need more of that in my life. So what you got going on?
Fucking trying not to be burned out.
Nice. Okay.
Just try. That's
a nice
that's it.
prior to 40 thing to happen. Try not to get burned out.
Try not to burn out and be more like content creator, because I think I'm trying to realize like I should be able to do more of this, edit more podcast clips, and be more into like creating things.
Yeah.
And doing more of like when I'm more like in line with versus like
pay my bills.
just kicking it after I do my work. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally feel you. I'm in a weird scenario too about that. But I mean, it is what it is. But maybe we could do an episode on that in the future about like life expectations. I'm just kidding.
It's like the real talk episode.
The real talk.
The round table episode. We just go
Anyways, all right. Let's wrap this up. That's episode 59.
That's episode 59. Shit, if you're still with us, like and subscribe. Share this with a friend. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify,
Instagram,
socials.
Yeah, socials. Sorry, I said Instagram. That's just natural for me. TikTok.
This is fucking weird.
You can find us on any like major podcast platform, Apple.
It's really just it's just YouTube and fucking Spotify.
Yeah. There you go.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's pretty much it. All right. Peace.
Peace. See you guys next time.